Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Business Communications at Ozarka College. This morning what I want to do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the chapters 13 and 14 activities that I finished grading yesterday. And then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due for chapters 9 and 10 activities. And also remind you about Project 2, which is coming up here pretty soon. All right. So the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the chapters 13 and 14 activities yesterday morning. Hopefully you've already gone in and looked at your grades for those activities and read the grading comments. If you haven't done that, go ahead and do that as soon as you can. Let me know if you have any questions. Overall, most of you did well on those activities. So like I always tell you, keep up the good work. It's obvious most of you are putting the time and effort in that's needed to do well in this class, so just keep up the good work on that. The next set of activities that we have coming up due next week will be the chapters 9 and 10 activities. So if you notice on the activities page under week 11, which is next week, we've got the chapters 9 and 10 activities due by Saturday, November 1st. So you've got just a little over a week to be working on these activities. So go ahead and get started on those as soon as you can. Even though they're not due till next week, you can go ahead and get started on them now and give yourself plenty of time to get those completed. If you have questions as you're working on those activities, just let me know, and I'll be glad to help you any way I can. Now, Chapter 9 covers business reports. Basically the process of creating a business report and also the research methods that are used to complete business reports. So that's what you're going to be learning about in Chapter 9. And then Chapter 10, in that chapter, you will learn how to manage data that you gathered for your business reports and how to use graphics in business reports to make them look more professional and more interesting to the reader. Okay, so be working on chapters 9 and 10, and like I said, those are due by Saturday, November 1st. And another thing that you need to be working on, if you haven't already gotten started on it, is Project 2 under week 12. And those parts 1 and 2 of Project 2 are due by Thursday, November 6th. So there's going to be a pretty quick turnaround between when the chapters 9 and 10 activities are due and then when the Project 2 activities are due. So don't let that sneak up on you. Go ahead and be working on both of those sets of activities. Now for Project 2, you really need to get started right away. Hopefully, a lot of you have already gotten started on that, but if you haven't, you need to go ahead and carefully read the instructions for each part of Project 2. You have Part 1, which is creating a resume, and then Part 2 is creating an application letter for a particular job that you're going to be applying for. So part of the process of this is going to involve you actually looking through job postings and finding one that you want to apply for as a part of this project. So you're going to need to go ahead and do that first, and then go through and read through the instructions carefully. There are templates that I've provided on the project assignment pages, and I would like you to use those templates. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to make sure you have the proper formatting if you use the template, and it's also going to allow my grading process to be a little bit easier for me when I'm grading it. So I would highly encourage you. In fact, I really want you to use the provided template for both the resume and the cover letter. And just make sure that you carefully check all the parts of your resume and all the parts of your cover letter to make sure they look professional, that they're formatted correctly, that you've corrected all your spelling and grammar errors and capitalization errors and punctuation and so forth. Just make sure that it is, something that you would actually send to a business, professional enough to send to a business that you're going to apply for a job with. Okay. And and I've also provided some videos that demonstrate some kind of tips and tricks and steps in creating a resume, the things that you need to include both in the resume and the cover letter. So I would highly encourage you to watch those videos to help you out. And as you're working on Project 2, both the resume and the cover letter, just let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay? But like I said, you really need to get started on that right away because it will take some time. It's going to involve you doing some research, and then you're going to have to kind of figure out what personal information you need to include on the resume, and then how you're going to construct the content for the application letter. All right. So, like I said, be working on those activities there, both the chapters 9 and 10 and Project 2. And let me know if you have questions. That's really all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. And I probably won't talk to you in a video next week, since our work's not due till the end of next week. So it'll probably be the beginning of week 12, the following week, that I will do my next video. Okay? So I will see you then. Thank you.